You think you do, but you don't. Well, not this time. Everyone wants this, and Riot is giving something truly special to the players, which absolutely excites me. Riot Games is bringing back the old League of Legends. Same way as Blizzard Entertainment, Riot is dipping their toes into nostalgia and is releasing LoL Classic. This is the actual game from Season 3, the version a lot of us grew up on, and it's going live July 29th. They announced it on the MSI stage in South Korea 2 days ago, right before the grand final. There were rumors before from Korean League pros who shared that news casually on their stream, but now it becomes a reality, and I am super hyped. I played this game since beta for a long time. I watched the show match for League Classic on MSI stage and I felt a tingling sensation coming over me. A tingling sensation of joy, just like I felt the first time I played WoW Classic again. I want to show you everything about League of Legends Classic, what it is, and if it's really the game we all fell in love with a decade ago. Because it's already splitting the community down the middle. So is this the game we actually ask for, or a modern game wearing an old face? Let's dive into it. The old version of League is completely different than the version we know today. In Season 3, it was more about decisions instead of mechanics. There were way less champion mechanics and not even a true meta. This was late 2012 into 2013. The game was exploding. Esports was becoming a real thing and the design was rough in the best way. Point and click abilities, long stunts, absolutely unbalanced items and builds, and all of this was super fun. Modern League smooths all of that out. Season 3 didn't. It just let you cook. And Riot knows exactly who they are selling this to. Look at how they are marketing it. The face of League Classic is Cillian, the Time Mage. The guy who just rewinds the clock and whose design haven't changed since the old days. I can guess the inspiration here, because for us WoW heads that should sound familiar with WoW Classic and Chromie as a front face. It's the same move and it made Activision Blizzard billions of dollars. And I'm this audience, because I was there too. When League Beta released, I was in the middle of my training and had to work night shifts. At about 7 AM after a long shift, I would sit down in bed with my laptop and play 1 or 2 rounds of Twisted Treeline, which was the 3 vs 3 map, just because I had so much fun with this game. And I wasn't even bad, because I reached Diamond a few times there, but that's another story. And now everything is coming back. I mean the stuff you would normally only get on a private server. By the way, there was a League private server called Chrono Shift in between, which gave players already LoL Classic in the past. It got killed off by Riot Games, and now they released their own version of it. Reminds me of another company. Anyway, I drifted away. In official League Classic, you get the original Summoner's Rift, the real one, the old map with the clunky but lovely map design, and those old jungle creatures. Blue and red buffs with their buddies now, who kills unprepared champions. A dragon, which only gives your team gold, and the old Baron with its itsy bitsy tiny health bar. Dude. On League Classic, you start fresh on a separate profile, level 1, and you grind back up to 30 before ranked even opens up to you. It will be installed with Riot's client on a separate tab. It seems like influence points are back as well, which means the IP grind is back. Old runes, wins, steals, marks, glyphs, the whole page you had to buy. Time to cheese again with level 1 crit runes for that level 1 RNG. Also, the old master retreats are back, which are highly influenced by MMOs, and you get new points with new levels. There are 60 champions at launch, the original 40 from 2009, plus 20 more with the early icons. More get added over time, and I will come back to how, because that part is bigger than it sounds. And also the items. Their Fire Grasp is back. If you never played with it, picture an activatable item that just takes a huge chunk of someone's health to basically one-shot people. Old school LeBlanc players love this trick. Atmurks is back for the top lane meta golem, backing Sunfire is back, and we will probably see a few invisible Evelynn players trolling people. Oracle's Elixir is back and Red Elixir as well. It seems like there is no Twisted Tree Line and no Dominion yet, which is super sad, and there are also some more changes. Since no one wants to buy wards, they will give you the trinket from Modern League to use. That's a change, and not everyone is happy about it, and it's not the only one. Now the thing, Riot put on that MSI stage that actually offended people. The map is old, the monsters are old, with the chunky black outlines and the saturated Season 3 look. The champions default to the old models, but the skins are modern. Full modern skills with recall animations that didn't exist years after Season 3. So you've got an old game and then a champion drops a recall from nowadays in the middle of it. People immediately called it a Frankenstein. Old bones, new skin, and I get why that stings for the purists. It doesn't feel accurate. But honestly, I don't see that as a problem. And Riot's reason is also reasonable. League runs on skins. If they would rebuild Classic on pure 2013 assets, every skin you've bought in the last decade wouldn't work on it. And Riot made themselves a rule: they will not take away something you already paid for, which is good. So the only way to let your skins carry over is to let the modern ones in and fake the old looks with those black outlines. It's the one path that doesn't take away something you paid for, even if it's looking a bit weird. And we WoW veterans also know that a no change policy is not working so great. That's why we are getting Classic Plus now, and some quality of life just makes sense in a 20-year-old game. As long as the feeling stays original, it works out. But that's just my 2 cents. But there is more. Buried in the reveal was one line about a voting system, and that line changes what League Classic even is. The community gets to vote on what comes into Classic next, which champions, which content. And if that sounds familiar to you, it should. That's exactly how old school RuneScape has run for years. Players vote, and over time the game grows its own content. Not the modern version content, its own. And that's really awesome. It's what WoW Classic players are asking for years now, and Riot is giving it to the people. I'm so interested to see how this will play out. Riot's own dev, Pablo, confirmed Classic starts around Season 3 and expands outward patch by patch. Champions from a little before and a little after are handpicked. They are not a frozen copy of one old build. By the way, the project came out of Riot's internal hackathon, the same place their Brawl mode came from, and a Classic specific sort of battle pass already surfaced in the PB files. This means this game is here to stay. A voting system, a content roadmap, its own progression system. This isn't just a nostalgia weekend event, it's a new, old game in Riot's portfolio. But can this really work in 2026?
Have you ever thought about adding servers for previous expansions as they were then?
No, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
We love that meme sentence. And a lot of players were already discussing about League Classic now. The elephant in the room is obvious. We are all better at this game than we were in 2013. The average player now thinks only pros knew back then. So the fear is the old meta gets solved in a few days and we are playing a broken game. Everyone funnels into the same few broken picks. Oh, and funneling, of course, that will happen too. Master Yi and Lulumid will break your game fun. On top of that, Season 3 games ran long. 40 to 50 minutes. You couldn't even surrender before minute 20. One person having a bad game could hold 4 others hostage for an hour. And we know how toxic League players are. It's in the hand of the community if this game will success or needs to be patched to a retail version we know today. If everyone min-maxes the fun out of it, it will become boring. If players are just there to have fun, it will become an awesome experience. So where leaves us this? League of Legends Classic is releasing on July 29th in a few weeks. I can't wait to play there and I will do content for it just because I love this game and it's a super fun experiment which I don't want to miss. But what do you think about League of Legends Classic? Will you play it? Do you think it's a good idea? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really interested in your opinions here. And if you liked this video, make sure to like, subscribe and hype here for more World of Warcraft and League Classic content in the future. Special thanks goes out to my channel members who support me with their hard-earned real-life money. You guys are just awesome. See you in the next video.